Welcome to 3 Minutes Fix. In this video, we will see how to install AA Panel and configure it with Do Movie Streaming App Panel. So let's get started. When I mention AA Panel, it means we're installing a custom panel on our server. This definitely requires VPS hosting, also known as a virtual private server. I'm using Hostinger server, which is quite good and cost-effective. I don't know about other hosting providers, but as far as I've experienced, this hosting service doesn't lock you into a single operating system. You can dynamically change the operating system if you find it's not compatible with the software you're using. In other places, they might require you to hire a Linux programmer to manage your server. For now, I'm using the basic starter plan on Hostinger called KVM1, which is quite effective. You're free to use any other version of this plan, but for beginners, KVM1 is the best based on my testing. AA Panel works on most Linux flavors, but I personally suggest using the Debian flavor. I currently have Debian 11 64-bit operating system installed. Trust me, this will certainly work for you too. The negative aspect of Hostinger is that they do not support AA Panel as a template with their hosting. Therefore, you are supposed to install it via the terminal. However, there's a workaround called PuTTY. PuTTY is software that communicates with your server as a terminal and sends and receives commands for you in a Windows-like interface. Now, all you have to do is copy the IP address and log into your panel. If you don't know your root password, you can always reset it in your Hostinger dashboard. While our server resets the password, we will explore the demo admin panel of AA Panel. It's a good alternative to paid versions like cPanel and Plesk, which I have used previously. This tutorial also covers a few customizations of this panel. We will see more when the panel starts installing. Once you're logged into your server, simply add the snippet of code to your terminal. This will initiate the AA Panel installation on your server, and you'll receive a confirmation message. When prompted, type Y which trigger server to start the installation. For me, the installation took around 3 minutes. I fast-forwarded the video to save on video length. Your AA panel has been successfully installed. Remember to copy and paste the server details into a notepad and keep them confidential. If you mistakenly close the terminal, don't worry. I'll show you how to retrieve your details in just a few minutes. So this is your AA panel login page. Just log in with the details that got generated and start to configure your panel. When you first launch AA Panel, it recommends installing certain applications. Don't skip this step. Just install whichever suits your needs. In my case, I'm going to install a PHP script that supports Apache, so I'm choosing Apache as my software package. When you start the installation, just keep an eye on the processor's resource usage. This script will consume the entire CPU core's usage during installation. To avoid the installation getting stuck in the middle due to overuse of server resources, just monitor them. Don't attempt to access any other pages or do other tasks, such as accessing FTP or terminals. For Do Movie Script specifically, I recommend using MariaDB 10.0 version. However, if you have a CPU with 2 or more cores, I suggest opting for MySQL 8 instead of the MariaDB 10. The next software we need is a DNS manager. DNS manager software allows you to manage your server DNS inside your panel itself. Just follow the video. It will be helpful if your domain is hosted on Hostinger itself. After DNS verification, the site is ready for SSL integration. SSL integration is quite straightforward. Just press the SSL option and install the certificate from let'sencrypt.com. We will do the same for all the domains and subdomains we add to our server. Next, we will change the panel title as we like, and after that, we will change the panel URL to our own custom domain name. Mostly, a subdomain will work for this. Optionally, you can add a custom domain for your panel. Go to the Security tab, and under the domain type, enter the subdomain name of your choice. Remember, you have to create an exclusive subdomain and configure DNS for it. Once added, you will always log in via that URL only. Remember one more thing. If you're planning to change name servers, just remove the domain and then proceed your action to avoid locked out from accessing the panel. In case you forgot the server URL details, just focus your attention on this section of the video. In your PuTTY interface, you only have to type 2 words, BT. This will prompt with 26 action keys. To know your server details, press 14, or you can directly press BT14 to get your server details. In case you forgot your password, you can press BT5. Very straightforward, right? But make sure to keep your server details somewhere safe. They will come in handy in worse cases. To fix the SSL error, you need to take one more very simple step. Go to the security menu in your settings. Now, just toggle off the SSL option. Once that's done, toggle it back on. This time, the server will open a wizard with an SSL integration option. Just choose the self-signed certificate powered by Let's Encrypt and install the SSL. After that, the server will redirect to a secure page. No other actions are required. Now go to File Manager. Go to a domain and upload the script you wish to install. It can be WordPress or Do Movie Script or EasyPlex or Oxu Panel. Create a database for your script. I name it as Gospel since it's for my movie streaming app. You can name it any, but it's good habit to have correct naming conversion. Like for DB, have suffix, DB, and for users, have suffix user. If you follow my instructions correctly, you won't encounter 404 errors, get stuck on loading pages, experience update errors, or encounter issues with buttons not working. If you do face these problems, then you're doing something wrong. Just double-check the video or ping me on Telegram for guidance. Since I changed the server, I just backed up the SQL via PHPMyAdmin. So let's try to add the DB files there directly. I faced this issue because I was using the wrong PHP version for my PHPMyAdmin page. The correct version should be 7.4. Just install that and update the PHPMyAdmin settings accordingly. Don't worry, this won't change the version for your domains. It will only affect the PHPMyAdmin page. Database is imported successfully without issue. If you face any other issue, you must have done something wrong while performing certain steps. If you're using Do Movie app, use Apache, not Nginx. Although it's fast, Do app fails to load. Congratulations, we have successfully installed AA Panel and configured it to work with the Do Movie streaming app. The server is working fine for me. I hope this video was helpful. Although there are more than 20 videos for installing AA Panel, none cover these steps. So I thought this would be helpful for my viewers. AA Panel gives you terminal access, but I always suggest using PuTTY to interact with your server. Thank you for watching this video until now. Please forgive any issues with the voiceover. I am using some text-to-speech software, so it's not 100% perfect. As for Do customization, I have a different plan, but time is challenging for me. I will give an update on the Community tab if I find a solution.